Go.
All right, everybody on your belly. This is called a pranam. It's just an offering pose, but you're gonna take your palms and stack them under your forehead. And I want you to close your eyes and listen to your breath. And notice how you're breathing. Notice how your body feels. And little by little, I want you to deepen your breath. So you inhale through your nose, big and full. You can feel the front of your rib cage expand into the earth. And you're going to exhale through your nose. And release. There's a little quiet space between the exhale and the inhale. And then you're going to inhale really big and full, maybe to the count of 3 or 4. And then exhale that same length of time. Exhale 2, 3, or maybe 4. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So find a rhythm to your breath, deep and slow. And then I want you to come towards your left hip and just reach your right knee up towards your right armpit. Yep, you're going to bend your right knee and just drag it up towards your right armpit. And I want you to breathe there just for a breath or two, trying to keep your chest as square to the earth as you can. We're starting again, obviously, to get into our hips. Yeah, it's going to get more interesting after this. Take another breath. And then release your right leg long. And do the same now on the left. Just drag your left knee up towards your left armpit. So you're just getting an idea of where your hips are. All right? Just breathe into that. Okay. And then release your right leg. And now you're going to take your right leg back up with your left leg. And you're going to take your hands beside your upper ribs. And you're going to come into like a cobra type of thing, pressing the earth away from you. Just getting a nice stretch in your arms, your hip. Gaze forward. Very doable. And then you're going to lower all the way back down. And we're going to do that a few more times, pressing down and lifting your chest, lifting your heart. Yeah. And all the way back down. One more time, lift it up. Getting into your hips. Oh yeah, your arms, your chest. And all the way back down. And extend your right leg back behind you. Now you're going to take your left knee up toward your left armpit, just like you did before. And you're going to lift your chest and see where your left hip is. Gaze forward, lift your chest. Shoulder blades are hugged together. And you're going to lower down. And inhale, press the earth away from you. You might not go that high, it doesn't matter, right? Everybody has their own strength. And you're just going to see where you're at. Maybe you just lift your chest a little bit. That's okay, right? And you're going to lower. And you're going to lift however you lift. And lower. Good. And you're going to lift. Last one. And lower. So that got into your shoulders too. Extending your legs back behind you. And you're going to roll all the way onto your back. Yeah. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And imagine your right foot is pulling your left knee towards the earth over to the right. And you're going to exhale into that. And inhale all the way back up to where you started. Exhale, your right ankle is trying to pull your right foot is going to pull the left thigh bone to the right. And maybe you'll get a little deeper with every one of them. Exhale. Oh, use that effort so you can feel it in your piriformis. Yeah. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Maybe you'll get a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Find that resistance as you press your right foot against the left outer thigh and get deep in your left hip. And all the way back to center. Oh, nice. And release your feet to the earth. Nice. We're going to change sides right away. So you're going to take your left ankle across your right thigh. And you're going to use your left ankle and your left foot to press your right thigh bone to the left. Yeah. And you might not go that far. Everyone's hips are different. This is for our piriformis, right? And you're going to come back to center. That's the inhale. And then exhale. Use the resistance. So it's a lot of work on the inside that you don't even realize, right? And inhale back to center. And exhale. Good morning to your hips. Yeah. Take two more just like that. Really take your time and maybe get a little bit deeper every time. Maybe. We'll see. You're getting deeper even if you don't realize it. And last one, all the way to the left. And back to center. Release and draw your knees toward your chest and give yourself a hug. Imagine you're just kind of, your knees are pistons. You're going to walk your knees away from you. Just walk them away, getting into the hip flexor. And then take some knee circles here. Just find your way, just play with it. Good. Now, because I'm facing to my left, we're going to come right to the left side. And you're going to extend your top leg long. My right bottom leg, my left bottom leg is soft. And I'm going to roll my inner thigh bone back. And so my toes, my right foot, my right toes are going to aim toward the earth. So there's that little rotation there. I want you to feel that. Let's just play with that. Rotate, come forward, rotate. So notice how my hip is not coming forward. I'm just rotating my thigh bone and my whole leg, right? And then you're going to lift and tap, and lift and tap. Good. And lift. Keep that rotation. It might be just a little bit. Lift, tap. You're going to feel different when you walk today. You're going to feel a little bit more swing in your hips. Yeah. We hold a lot of stuff in our hips. Things get stuck there. And tap. And 8. Remember that rotation. 7, 6, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Oh yeah. Now bend your knees and just massage your outer hip. Good job, ladies. Yeah. Wait till you stand here. All right. Now with your knees bent, make sure you get that fire out of your outer hip. That was for the medius here. You're simply going to lift your right knee up, but the left thigh bone stays grounded. You know how to do these. And lower. And lift your right thigh bone up and lower. Now you can lift your feet as you do that. The feet stay hugged together, like they're glued together. And you're simply going to open up the right hip and close. Now this is getting into our core. And if you notice that, you'll fire up your belly too. And you'll get into your pelvic floor. Yeah. Exhale. And exhale. Good. And exhale. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah. We're going to be able to get up off the floor when we're 100. 3, and 2, and last one. Open it up. And release. And then make your way back onto your back. And so now you know what to do. You can make pistons with your knees, like you're running your knees, or take some knee circles here, just releasing your hips. Notice if your right hip feels a little bit more loose than your left. Yeah, it's kind of funny. But it gets to show you how much tightness is in there, right? All right, so we're going to go right onto our right side. You can have your back toward the screen because you know where we're going. You're coming onto your right side. Good. I'm going to take out my right ear. I'm going to soften my bottom right knee and keep my left leg long. And then I'm going to roll the inner thigh back. So notice how you roll it back. So I don't want you leaning forward, right? Just comes from the hip. It comes from the hip, right? Your left inner thigh rolls back and you're going to take your left toes towards the earth. And then you're going to lift and tap and lift and almost tap and lift, not quite tap, and lift. And feel your piriformis, feel your outer hip and your core. So it's not just your hip we're opening, right? That we're loosening up. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to once do a class for loose women, but I don't know if that sounded so good, right? And 8, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep that rotation. Last one. Oh yeah, bend your knees and stack your thigh bones and massage your outer hip, or just give yourself a tap there. Oh yeah, you can feel the fire. Good. Now you're going to keep your right thigh bone glued to the earth and lift the left thigh bone up. Yeah. As if, this is called clamshell, but as if you're, opening and expansion and closing. Now, you can keep your right thigh bone grounded. You must keep your right thigh bone grounded. And if you want, you can lift your feet as you open and close. That's going to get a little bit more posterior in your left hip. Yeah. And just get that fire going in our hips. Yeah. This is going to help us to balance. You'll see. This is going to help us to get up off the ground. We'll see. And 8, and 7, 6, 5, good, 4, 3. I know it doesn't look like much, but it sure feels like much. 2. Oh, last one. And make your way into table and into a child pose. Oh yeah. So your knees are wide, your big toes are together, and you're going to take your hips back and just notice how they feel. Lift your armpits and soften your chest. And take a few big full breaths here, making sure you're breathing nice and long. Good. Now make your way back into table pose, setting it up so that your knees are beneath your hips, your hands are beneath your shoulders, and make your way into a cat cow. Inhale and exhale. And inhale. Oh yeah. Big flexibility. Notice how having your hips warmed up is going to affect your spine. You're gonna get a little bit more flexion and extension in your spine because you released your hips. Shoulders back. When you make your way into cow, your shoulders draw back, your chest reaches forward, right? And then into cat. And now take a few hip circles here, circling your hips and circling your hips. And then circle the opposite direction. Nice round hips, yeah. Last one. Make your way back to table and extend your right leg out to the right, stepping your right foot to the earth. And then you're going to walk your hands back till you come all the way up. Roll your shoulder blades down your back and lift your arms up. So there's no shrug shoulders. Shoulders are down your back, right? And I want you to reach your right arm up. So you're going to tip now to the left and extend the whole right side of your body. Reach. Come back through center, and then you're going to do the left side and reach. Big side bend here. And reach and reach. And imagine the spaces between each rib are expanding a little fuller. And exhale. Getting into your core. Exhale. And exhale. Yeah. Good. Exhale. A little deeper. Now, this is where you might want your block, right? Now, you're going to take your right hand down your right leg and really reach your left arm to the right. Good. Inhale back to center. And now you're going to take your left hand, either hang there, take your left hand to a block, or you can land and reach all the way over. Lots of options here. And then as you inhale, it's like a cartwheel all the way over the right. And inhale back to center, all the way over to the left. And one more time, right and left. Take your time. You exhale. You're breathing. Inhale. And slowly exhale like you're moving through sugar, right? All the way over. And all the way back to center. Now, you're going to take your hips back and your chest forward. Hips back, oh yeah, lots of good work in your chest and your hips. And you're going to take your hands slightly forward. Now, as your chest reaches forward, I want you to imagine your hips are drawing back, but your chest is reaching you forward. So there's a lot of resistance there. And then you're going to come back to center. Got it? Your chest reaches forward, but your hips are moving back. And there's lots of resistance right into your hips. Take your hips back. And inhale back to center. And take two more just like that. Exhale. And inhale back. And exhale all the way back. And inhale back to center. Oh, nice. Now you're going to extend your right leg forward. And this is a great place for blocks. Taking your right leg forward, flexing your front right ankle. Take the right outer hip back. And now we're getting more into our hip flexor. That's the front of your hip. And so you're taking the right outer hip back as if your right foot wants to draw back, but it's stuck. And you're going to soften your chest, getting deep in that hip flexor and your hamstrings, right? Are you breathing? Then stepping into your right foot. You can keep your hands on the earth, or you can lift your arms up. Getting a nice stretch here, shoulder blades back. And then all the way back. This is such a great Monday morning practice. Actually, it's good for any day of the week, anyway. But if you're a little bit, if you haven't been stretching over the weekend, exhale, get into the hip flexor and the hamstrings, right into the shin muscles there. And all the way up. Ah, let's take one more back. And one more forward. Good. Now step your right foot back so that your right knee is at 90 degrees, right? Take your left hand to the floor or to a block and out to the left. And then roll your rib cage to the right so that your left waist reaches to the right and you lean back. That's a big inhale. Yeah, now exhale, take your right hand to the earth. So this comes from your rib cage, okay? And then you're soften your elbows towards the earth. Inhale, roll the rib cage so it's a twist. Your arm just goes for the ride, right? Lean back. Exhale, soften your right hand towards the earth and soften your elbows, getting deep in your hips. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, back to the earth. Let's take two more really slow. So see if you can get right to that edge of where you can't go anymore. And then when you exhale, maybe you can take your elbows a little closer to the earth, maybe. Now you're going to take your left hand to the earth or to a block. You're going to extend your right leg long. So this is why a block might be useful. You're going to take your right outer hip back as if your thumb is pressing the right outer hip back. And you're going to find the right place for your left arm that's on the earth. Your left hand's on the earth. And you're going to come into a deep twist and just get deeper in your hips. Open it up, deep in the right hamstrings. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Oh, yeah. It doesn't look a lot from the outside, but from the inside, it should be pretty edgy. Yeah. Oh, nice. Exhale your right hand back to the earth. Stepping into your right foot. And this is a great place for blocks, ladies. So now you're going to come into a lunge. So you're going to lift your back left knee up. My blocks are on either side of my front right foot. So my left knee's lifted, I'm in a lunge, right? Stepping into your right foot, use your core to step your left foot forward, lengthening your legs just a bit. Now you're going to step into your left foot and take your right foot back into a lunge. Yeah. Good. And we're going to continue. We're going to do that one more time, right and left. So you're stepping into your left foot, use your core, and step your right foot forward. Your hips are nice and warm, ladies. Okay, now do the same, stepping your left foot back. Good. Stepping into your right foot, use your core to step your left foot forward. All right, you're in a forward fold, right? Check in with your breath. Now you're going to take your blocks slightly forward, and I want you to soften your knees like you're going to sit in a low chair. You're going to sit in a low chair, and then you're going to lengthen your legs long, keeping your feet grounded, right? Inhale, you're sitting in a very low chair, like a second grader chair, first grader chair, and then you're going to fold forward with long legs. One more time, inhale. Exhale, you know, the blocks have different heights too. You can use higher blocks. Let's try that one more time with a higher block, right? And look how accessible that is, right? And then fold forward when you get there. You can keep your hands on your blocks. As you step your right foot back, your left foot back, lower your knees. And then you're going to extend your left leg all the way out to the left. And circle your arms up. Oh, here we are again. Now we're on the left side. Good job, ladies. And you're going to reach up, reach, and reach. Remember, we're going to lengthen from the hip all the way to the armpit. Reach like there's a rope and you're pulling that rope and you want to reach higher on that rope. Get long. Good. Get long. Get into your core. Reach and reach. But your left foot is grounded. Your right shin is pressed to the earth. Nice. And reach. You can almost feel those core muscles working, getting stronger, right? Okay, good. Now circle your arms up, and now you're going to take your left hand down your left leg and reach over to the left, right? Inhale back to center, and this is a great place for a block. You can just reach forward. You can land on a block, or you can land on the earth and reach over to the right. Got that? And we're just gonna cartwheel right and left, remember? Cartwheel right and left. This is to the left now, to the right now, to the right. Use your core, and the slower you go, the more you can feel your muscles working. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, can we take one more? Just one more. However you do it, find your way, because everyone does it their own way, right? Everyone else is taken. So you got to do you. All right, back to center. Now you're going to sit your bum back. You're going to feel the hip flexors here. That's the front, but your heart is going to reach forward. Oh, it's going to be really good. And take your hands to the earth. Okay, come back to center where we started. And again, your chest reaches forward and your inner thigh bones are going to roll back, just like we did on the side when we were on our side. We're going to reach our hips back, but our chest forward. And then inhale back to center. A few more times. So this is going to get into the fascia, ladies. As you press back your heart forward and inhale. So it doesn't matter how far back you go. Exhale. It matters how you're manipulating your muscles. Exhale and inhale. And exhale. Oh yeah, my hips are saying yes. And inhale. Let's take one more just like that. Exhale. Remember, your chest is reaching forward. You're getting into that outer sheath of your muscle in your hips and into the hip flexors. And all the way back. Oh yeah, good. Now you're going to extend your left leg forward and have your blocks nearby if you want them. Flexing your front left ankle, we're getting into the hamstrings. Take the left outer hip back and soften your chest and just notice where you go. Notice your alignment. I'm going to move back just a little bit. Good. Just notice your alignment. Left hip back. Flex your left ankle. Notice what you're warming up here. Hip flexors, your hamstrings, all the way in the peroneal muscles of your shins, right? Now step into your left foot. Reach your pelvis forward, and you can keep your hands on the earth, or you can lift your chest up. So now bring into our shoulders too, ladies, right? And exhale back. And inhale up. And exhale back. And inhale up. You might get a little deeper than you normally do because of all the work we did at the beginning. Check it out. See if you have self-imposed limits or if they're really where your edge is. Just take one more and just check it out. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Now you're going to step into your left foot so that your left knee is at 90 degrees. And you're going to take your right hand out to the right on a block or on the earth and come into a deep twist. So you're rolling your right waist forward. This is really important. Your arm is not really moving. It's just going with the waist, right? The twist. Lean back. And now you're going to roll your rib cage towards the earth and soften your elbows towards the earth, getting into your hips. Good. Inhale and open it up. Exhale and getting deep. Look inside, even closing your eyes on the exhale. How does that feel? How deep can you get? And take a few more just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Maybe you'll take both your elbows a little closer to the earth. I don't know. Maybe you'll take your forearms on your block and get deep into your hips here. Good. Deep into that forest of unconscious. and then come all the way up. Now you're gonna extend your left leg long, and your right hand might be on a block. I like a block here, because this is a very deep twist and hip stretch. So if your right hand is on a block, it'll let you get right into your edge with alignment. So your hands are aligned with another, it's like your arms are nice and long and aligned with one another. And your right waist reaches over, rolls to the left, and lifts up. And find a nice deep stretch here, leaning back, breathing into it. Oh, yeah. Ah, perfect. Exhale your left hand to the earth. And now you're going to take your hands to the earth and step back to plank with your knees either up or down. You can lower a bit and make your way into a cobra or an up dog. And right into a nice down dog, guys. Right? Walk your dog. Reach your heels towards the earth. Your heels might go a little deeper than you thought too, because of your hips, right? So reach your heels towards the earth. Take your chest towards your thigh bones. Lift your armpits. Make sure you're breathing, checking in with your breath. And then you're going to walk your feet to your hands, or you can walk your hands to your feet. So you come into your forward fold. You can always use a block here. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, take your hands to your hips, your elbows up to the sky, your shoulder blades back. Press your feet down to come all the way up with a nice long spine. And notice how nice and tall you're standing. Inhale, circle your arms up. Grab your left wrist and lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Grab your right wrist and lift. Exhale to the left. And all the way back to center. And release. All right. So we're going to do two more things here that I want to do standing. You're going to widen your feet. We do this quite a bit. And you're going to bend your knees. This is the first one. So your knees have got to track towards your second toes. That means the thigh bones are back. You don't want any kind of knees forward, right? And you're going to take your right elbow back. So you feel the scapula hug towards your spine and down your back behind you. That's what we're looking for. Your elbows on a shelf, right? And you're going to reach towards your left, keeping your chest high, and come all the way back on the inhale. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good. And inhale and exhale. Take a few more. Inhale. Oh, yeah. Let's get those shoulders. And inhale. And exhale. Get down in your hips. Get down those hips. Exhale. Let's just take two more. One. Engage your belly. Yeah, this is core work too. And two. Last one. And back to center, lengthening your legs. Circle your hips and notice how your right shoulder is further back than your left. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, other side. Left elbow back. Knees bent and thigh bones back. My elbow's on a shelf. I'm poking someone behind me. And you're going to reach to your right. And come up. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Let's do about 6 more, okay? And 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah. 2. Last one. Nice job. And come back to center. And maybe circle your arms back. Yeah. Let's get into our shoulders, make sure everything's good with our shoulders. So this is another way of making sure your shoulders are in good shape. You're in a good place with your shoulders. You're going to come halfway forward. So it's a nice flexion in your hips, a nice long spine. I can put a cup of tea back there, right? So I've been doing this lately. You're going to take your elbows back, and then you're going to extend your arms back, but you're going to roll them in the socket, just like we did our arms, our legs. But you're going to hit your thumbs up, your palms out. You're going to take your arms out to the side, and then you're going to roll your arm bones and come forward. This is really great for your shoulders. And then we're going to go do that again. Elbows back, thumbs up, palms out, out to the side. We're circling your arms. Exhale. Let's do that a few more times. Engage your belly, soften your knees a bit. Elbows back, palms away, arm back, and all the way up. Okay, now we got that together. Excellent. All right, so now you might want a wall. Walls are really great here. And you're going to take your hands wherever you want, your hips out to the side. And you're going to take your right leg and just pendulum your right leg in front of you. So there is some balance that's involved here. And maybe you can play with it and not get your hand on the wall. You're going to have to do it with a little bit more core work. But when you do it with your core, you're not using momentum, right? Just side to side. You might feel your hips, even now, have a little bit more, gas in them. Good. Now, I want you to pendulum your right leg back and forth. You have to look at something that's not moving. One of you likes to do balance, and it's really a good idea. Just back and forth. This is really great if you have any bursitis or arthritis in your hip. Oh my God, I saw the funniest thing on Facebook. It said people talk about an inner child. I have an inner old lady who wants to judge everybody, complain, and go to bed by 8 o'clock. Okay, back to center. And notice again, your right hip as opposed to your left. Okay, so we're going to do the other side. Again, you might want a wall. Walls are really great here. And we're going to do a lateral pendulum movement of your hip, sideways. And eventually, if you use your core and you look at something that's not moving, you can use it as a bit of a balance, right? Out, inside. Yeah. It's not really that, could be difficult, but if you use a wall, you'll get a little support. Good. All right, and now let's do back and forth. It's interesting how the two sides of our bodies are different. That's also has to do with our brains. Yeah, the way our brain is more right or left. But actually it changes, they say, during the day. That's what I learned in yoga. And you can notice it by the breath. When you exhale, you're breathing more through one side than the other. All right, let's just take 2 more back and forth. Yeah, how do your hips feel, ladies? All right, let's just take a hip circle and a hip circle. Now we're going to come back to a little bit more balance, but let's do some vinyasa here. So you're going to come deep into warrior, warrior, right? Utkatasana, fierce warrior, sitting back. Oh, yes, you can. And you're going to twist to your right, however you choose. So you can stay upright. You can take your left elbow outside your right thigh, but you want to keep your left hip back. Stay deep as you deep, whatever your deep is, right? Inhale back to center, and you're going to twist to your left, keeping your right outer hip back, and just stay deep. Oh, yeah. You should have nice, flexible hips. Inhale back into Utkatasana, sit back. Exhale, fold forward. Feel free to use your blocks here. Inhale, look halfway up. Reach your heart forward and your hips back. Now step back to your plank. Use your core, use the shoulders that are nice and hugged together, your belly, right? And you can lower a bit, making your way into cobra or up dog. And right into down dog. All right, so we're taking our hips out for a spin. Stepping into your left foot, lift your right leg all the way up. You can come onto the tiptoes of your left foot. Exhale, step your right foot forward. I like to walk my hands back, press my feet to the earth, press your feet to the earth, and come all the way up into warrior one. Yes, right outer hip is back. Now, I want you to pull your elbows into goalposts and take the back of your knuckles back. Notice how you're in your shoulders now. Shoulder blades down your back. And you're simply going to use your hip flexors to dip forward with a long spine and take your forearms together. And then inhale, opening it up. Here I am, world, right? Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. This is for your shoulders. Take your knuckles and your forearms back. And now extend your arms up, right? Tall into warrior one. Yes, here you are. Exhale right into warrior two. So you can just pivot, keeping your left ribs out to the left. Stay deep in your hips. Exhale your right forearm to your right thigh, pressing the forearm down to lift your right waist and roll your right waist forward. And you can extend your left arm wherever it goes. Stay low in your hips. Low hips, right? Are you breathing into it? Oh, yeah. Now take your bum back like you're sitting back in a chair. Bum back. And then you're going to roll your left arm to the earth. And then you're going to roll it all the way back up again as you come into a triangle pose, lengthening both legs long. And take a few breaths here. Yeah, nice. Your waist, your core is nice and strong, right? Exhale your left hand to the earth and step back to plank. You can come into cobra or up dog and right back into down dog. Good. Then stepping into your right foot, lift your left leg up, even come into the tiptoes of your right foot. Are you breathing? Yeah. Exhale, step your left foot forward, walk your hands back, and circle your arms all the way up, back into that warrior one. Oh, yes. Now your outer arm bones are reaching back. Your elbows, your forearms are back. Your shoulders are down your back. And again, you're going to come forward, getting into the core, and all the way back up. Exhale, use your belly. So the slower you go, the deeper you can get. It's just like anything else. The more we pay attention to something, the more we'll chance we'll do it right or our best. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Inhale. All right, let's take one more. Exhale. Inhale back, arms all the way up. Deep in warrior one. Remember, we're not rushing. And then pivot right into your warrior two, making sure your left toes are out to the left. Your left thigh bone is back. Your shoulders are right where they should be, right? Take a breath. And then exhale your left forearm to your left thigh, lowering your hips. And extend your right arm wherever it goes, depending on your shoulders. Yeah, but your shoulders are nice and ready forever, wherever they go. And you're going to breathe into that. Good. Now sit your bum back, like you're going to sit back in a chair. Take your right arm towards the earth, and you're gonna roll it back up like a windmill, and you're gonna come into a triangle as you lengthen your legs long and get a nice few breaths here. Good. Press your feet down to come all the way up and pivot your feet parallel. And just heel toe your feet in. And let's just take a little inventory. Your shoulders are down your back. You're standing tall. The top of your pelvis is back, right? Your chest is open so your lungs and your heart can breathe, right, and beat. All right, so now you're going to take your arms in front of you and you're going to widen your stance. Your toes are slightly out. And you can come into a flexion of the left ankle as we bend to the right. This is going to get into our quads and our core. This is really great. And you're going to find your way right and left. There's some balance involved here. Right and left. And you're breathing. Now we want to do this for a little bit and see where our quads are. Strong quads are very good for your knees. Now, if having your arms forward is a bit much, you know how I feel about rules. Take your hands to your hips. Take your arms out to, oh, how wonderful arms, right? That feels good. Let's do that. Arms out. This is going to get into your shoulders and forward. Arms, oh, how wonderful. And deeper. I'm flexing my opposite ankle, right? There's some balance here. So you might have to really think about it, which is what I'm hoping you're doing. Exhale. And then exhale. All right, let's go counting. And 6, 5, I like 2 first. You can go a little bit deeper. 4, 3, 2, last one. All the way back. All right, excellent. We're going to do one more thing for our hip, and then we're going to release the hip. So this is a balancing pose, and maybe you'll need a wall. Walls are really great. You're simply going to take your right knee out to the right, and then take it forward and down. And then you're going to lift your right knee forward and take it out to the right and down. Let's try that. Out to the right knee out to the right knee forward in your core and down. Right knee forward and out and down. One more time like this. Out to the right, move forward and down. And you know where we're going now, right? We're going to take your right knee forward and back and forward and back and forward. If you need a softness in the standing left leg, and side and forward, side, last one, and back. Ooh, you feel that one? Yeah. All right, left side. You might want a wall. Walls are really good. All right, left knee out to the left. Let's see how that feels. Left knee out to the left. Left knee up and down. Left knee forward and down. Left knee forward, out and down. Left knee out to the left, forward and down. Left knee up forward, out and down. Left knee out to the left, forward and down. Last one like this. Knee forward, out and down. Now we're going to lift our left knee out to the left And just go forward and back and forward and back. And maybe you can balance and back and forward and back and forward and back. Yeah. Take two more. And release. All right, now we're going to shake out our hip. And you're going to need a block or something if you have it. If not, you can follow us. You're going to take the block and you're going to step with your left foot on the block. Left foot on the block. You're standing tall. Yep. I like a wall here. And you're simply going to shake out your right leg forward and back. So if you can let go of the wall, that will also contribute to your sense of balance. But you're also releasing the right hip. Using the wall is really great. And then go side to side. Using your core too, ladies. Yeah, just kind of shaking it out here. And then come down. Now when you stand, I want you to notice if your right hip feels more released or your right leg feels a little longer than your left. Yeah, that's good. So now we're going to do the left. So you're going to step your right foot on the block. We come all the way up. Make sure you got your footing, such as it is. And just shake it out, back and forth. So the pendulum's going to go back and forth. Now. And then side to side. You're really releasing any tension that could possibly be left in your hips. Let it go. And release. And notice now how you're standing tall, hips loose. Yeah, nice loose hips. As Maya Angelou says, it's in the sway of our hips, ladies. Yeah. So now we're going to come into a yoga squat, finally. Yeah. Widen your feet. So your squat might look like this with your feet, with your hands on your thigh bones and your hips back. That's great. You can sit in a chair, but you find your way into your hips, which are going to be nice and untight, nice and flexy and loose. And breathe into that. Your core, your pelvic floor, all warmed up and nice and cooked up. You want low spine getting a nice stretch here. You want to be able to do this a lot. And all the way onto your bum. Good. Then draw your knees to your chest, giving yourself a hug, round your back. Cross your ankles, sitting up tall. We haven't done this yet, but now should feel good. And just kind of fold forward over your hips, getting a nice stretch here. In your low back and your hips, and just breathe into that. With every inhale, come slightly out of it. And with every exhale, maybe come a little bit deeper, just a little. Close your eyes and feel your breath. Press your thigh bones down to come all the way up. Yeah, and now you're going to go the other side. So whatever shin was forward, I want the opposite shin forward now. Yeah. So now it's my left shin. And just fold into that. You're going to get into the other hip. Just a nice stretch. And breathe a few breaths here. Yeah. You can take a block under your forehead if you like. And that'll give you a little support. That feels nice. You find the height of the block that feels right for you. Good. Yeah, and then come all the way back up. Draw your knees to your chest, give yourself a hug. And slowly roll one vertebra at a time, one vertebra all the way to the earth. Good. Extend your legs nice and long. Extend your arms up either to the sky with your shoulder blades back. Your backs of your shoulders are on the earth. That's really important. Or you can extend your arms up over your head if your shoulders allow. Take a big inhale. Oh yeah, joyful. Now one vertebra at a time. You're going to start from your cervical spine and you're going to use your core. Come one vertebra at a time, all the way up. And get a nice stretch forward. It doesn't matter where your hands go. And then you're going to lay down one vertebra at a time. So the top of the pelvis is going to tip back, tip back, tip back, tip back. Come on, back. Good. Take your feet to the earth, your knees bent. Drop your knees to the right. And now you're going to take your right foot on top of your left thigh and just get a nice stretch there. Nice little twist and a stretch. Close your eyes and breathe into it. And stretch your hips. Inhale, come back to center and drop your knees to the left so your feet are still as wide as the mat. Your knees are to the left, and now you're going to lift your left foot and just kind of lay it on top of your right thigh. Close your eyes and take 5 big Ujjayi breaths. Inhale back to center. Take your arms beside you, palms up, walking your shoulder blades together. Lift and shake out your bum. Just lift and shake it out. And then roll the top of your pelvis to the earth, all the way to your tailbone. Good. Take a big inhale through your nose, really big. And slowly exhale through your mouth as you release your legs long and wide on the mat. And allow yourself 2 minutes to rest and take rest. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Really roll your ankles. Then take a big inhale and extend your arms up over your head and exhale through your mouth once again. Clear it out. Yeah. Draw your knees to your chest and roll to your right side. Oh yeah, be there for a moment. Then make your way to a seat on your mat. Bring your palms together to your heart center with your eyes closed. Setting yourself, your intention to have a peaceful day, embracing the people around you and circling yourself with people really who are the company you want to keep. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Mwah. Let me turn off the recording. Bye, guys.